Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another day. Another day, another dollar, another, what is it today? June 1st. One more June 1st in the life. Sunday, June 1st, 2025. Alrighty. Today we're going to talk about Thailand and the life that you live here, how, to me, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. We're going to talk about quite a few things. Actually, because I've seen a few things we should talk about. But I want to talk about this, really, you're here for the ride. What is it? Life's a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the journey. Don't just enjoy being here because of the destination. Enjoy everything that transpires here, even if it's kind of sucks sometimes. You got to look at it with the right perspective. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Living in Thailand, as I often say, sometimes sounds like a dream to people. Oh, those beautiful beaches. They do have beautiful beaches. The great food, and the food is very good. Low cost of living, and what is not to love when you really think about it. But then once you've been here for a while, the honeymoon kind of wears off and you start facing reality. I've said that for such a long time. And people don't believe me. Oh, it's paradise. It's a utopia. Sure it is. I lived here for quite a few years. Now you can still say, oh, it's a great place to live, of course. But to really, if you're looking at the reality of being here, there are things you have to deal with. It's just life. That's the way that it goes. Reality can be complicated, and the highs here are very real. The lows, the crashes, the confusion, the chaos, and the somewhat, well, I guess you could call it flat out absurdity, in daily life sometimes. Oh, no, it's legal. Oh, no, it's not legal. Oh, yes, it is. It's going to be legal. Oh, no, we're not sure yet. Being an expat in Thailand is like riding a roller coaster, thrilling, unpredictable, and sometimes downright exhausting. Although, I'll say the longer that I've lived here, the less problematic that it's been. And it never was really, I guess it could be a bit of a, sometimes there were some troubles, some problems. How am I going to work this out? But now, after being here for a long time, it's relatively simple. And I would, honestly, I'm not just saying this and I'm not trying to, kiss up to her or anything, because I just don't really do that. But I attribute that to I'm married for a long time, like 26 years, something like that. So, that in itself kind of keeps me in check, because if you want to stay married and you really have any kind of chance of remaining married, you have to be somewhat stable. If you're unstable and you're causing problems all the time, that doesn't usually work for a healthy marriage. Today, though, we're going to talk about what the ride kind of looks like if you're thinking of moving here, you're already living here, or you're wondering if you can make it. Well, then maybe you need to hear these things. I'm just going to talk about this stuff. This is not some real serious podcast, some serious kind of live stream. It's not going to be that. We're just going to, can we talk? Just no sugarcoating anything. And this is just an honest look at what it's like, at least for me. And I think I'm a lot more similar to other people than some people might think. Some people go, oh, that guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a dick. He's this, he's that. Listen, the reality is that I'm a lot more similar to people than some people actually think. But there's fun parts of Thailand, there's rough parts, there's lots of stuff in between, and that's really what we're going to talk about. However, we're going to talk about a couple other things first. And in case you don't know, as I always say, I am Scott. I am an American who's been living here in Thailand for over 30 years. And, you know, I understand some people think, he thinks because he's been there 30 years, he knows it all. No, I don't know it all. But just, even if I was a complete idiot, I would pick up a few things along the way. And I don't think I'm a complete idiot. So I pick up a thing here or two over the last 30 years that some people, they're just not going to have access to. They may never have worked near the government, like I did at times. They may not know any generals. They may not know a lot of things, you know. They may have never been involved with an organization here or with a company or worked for anybody. You know, it just happens over, it's not that, you know, I've done anything special. It just happens. It's happened to me. I put myself in certain predicaments and things have happened. That's all. Now, if you like this live stream, you like the videos that I put up here, please click like. And if you have yet to subscribe, please do so. And remember to click the notification bell, hit all, so that you can stay informed of my upcoming videos or live streams or what have you. And if you would like to send me a message or a letter, a Dear Scott letter, or you need a consultation, then by all means send me a message at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. All right. Now, the exchange rate today, 32.8. It is what it is. It's not terrible. It's not great. Air quality index, not terrible, not great. It's 60. The temperature, let me just go over this real quick. Celsius 29 right now. High of 33, low of 26, feel like temperature is 30. Fahrenheit, it's 85 degrees, high of 91, low of 79, and the feel like temperature is 86. Humidity is 70%. And all this week and through Tuesday of the following week, the chances of rain are between 40 and 65%. So there is going to be rain. There was rain yesterday. There was rain a couple times yesterday. And I don't mind that. I like it. I like the rain. Now, I've seen a couple people write on the channel, oh, I'm not going to live in Thailand because they're still wearing the masks there. They must think that COVID is, you know, going strong and they're so stupid they're wearing masks. Well, if you know anything about Thailand, and you can say like Japan, that's another place. Even before COVID, people wore masks. Now, I took a look yesterday. My wife and my kids and I and a friend, we went out to dinner last night. Hey there, Alpharetta. We went out to dinner last night. And we're sitting there waiting to get in because the place was full. We had 5 people. We had to wait for a table, you know. And I look at I was thinking about this, and I look at everybody coming through the door. Now, I would see 3 people walking in together, and they all got masks on. And then I would see 20 people come in, none of them have masks on. Then I'd see 1 or 2, and then 5 didn't have their mask on. The majority do not wear their masks, okay? And they're not, most of them are not wearing the mask because I'm so scared of COVID. Now, what I will say is even in the restaurant where I was, the workers were wearing their mask, every one of them. Now, you can attribute this to COVID. However, there are quite a few things that you may not know about people wearing masks in Thailand or Japan or other places. But Japan, I really noticed it in Japan a long time ago. Then I noticed it in Thailand. And I was like, you know. But these are sort of cultural norms. I'm not saying that everybody wears a mask. That just doesn't happen. But everybody is not wearing a mask in Thailand. That's ridiculous. But like I said, even before COVID, people were wearing masks. It's common in Asian countries. And especially if somebody goes out, if they have a cold, they're thinking of people. They don't want to get other people sick. So they put their masks on. Masks reduce the chance of saliva or your breath contaminating food. It's considered polite, okay? That's number one. Number two, when you go into a business, Dowlo, how you doing? When you go into a business, okay, customers, especially the older Thais, the more traditional Thais, the ones with their families or the ones who are very health conscious, they often see the mask wearing staff as a sign of that they take their hygiene seriously. It's about trust, okay? If the workers are not wearing their masks, then they may assume that the restaurant is a little bit careless or dirty. Now that I don't really know if I agree with, but listen, the bottom line is, when you are being served food, if you got some guy and he's breathing on your food, or he's talking and spit's flying, and it goes in your food, that's kind of nasty when you think about it. But okay, I mean, I can go either way on this one. Now, this is something that people don't think about. I mean, let me see here. Nobody here is wearing a mask at the coffee shop. Nobody. Okay. Larger chains and even some mom and pop shops, they keep mask mandates as the standard policy. Now this, I don't know why they're doing it, but it's for image. It's cheap. It's easy to enforce. You want to keep your job? Keep the mask on. It avoids problems with picky customers, troublesome customers, and also some local health departments or municipalities might recommend masks in food service settings even if it's not legally required. They might say, hey, that's a good idea. Now I know a lot of places where they're not using them, and I go there anyway. No, they're not mandating anything. It's just a reason why they're still wearing masks here, why some people, but why a small percentage of people still wear their mask in Thailand. Now, many workers actually prefer wearing a mask because it helps cover up their expressions when they're dealing with customers, rude customers. Perhaps maybe they got stinky breath, who knows. It reduces the odor, and it adds a little privacy, especially in service jobs where you have to kind of be on and dealing with the customer in a positive way. You've got to be, even if you're smiling, they can see you're smiling. But you have to have a positive attitude, and if you've got the mask on, well, they can kind of cover that up if they want to. So that's a good and bad, but it's not just about COVID. That's the point. It's about hygiene, about the image, tradition, and in a country like Thailand where appearance and cleanliness matters, a simple face mask is an easy way to reassure customers and to stay out of trouble. And you can say, oh, they're just a bunch of pussies, which I've gotten messages saying that. I can't stay in a country where the people are such pussies, they're always wearing masks. Then don't come here. Nobody cares. You don't want to come here? Don't come here. It's simple. If I don't want to go to Japan because they wear masks, I'm not going to go. But I do go because I like Japan. All right? Now, let's get to, there's a couple little news articles I want to go over here. What does this say here? My wife friend told her a lot of family in Thailand now have COVID. Yeah, okay. Listen, I just don't buy into that real easily. I don't buy into the fact that they have COVID, and I just don't. Okay, they may have the flu, they may have a cold, or whatever, but I wouldn't worry about it and think, oh, I'm gonna die now because I've got, I've got COVID, or I potentially have COVID. Listen, I got 3 shots, which is 3 too many, and I'm okay. And I never got COVID even when I didn't have a shot. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not buying it. No more. I'm done with it. Okay? Now, let me go on here. Chinese gone, Indians here to stay. This is from the Pattaya Mail. Pattaya once was known as an eclectic blend of Western nightlife, affordable living, and beachside charm. The affordable living is kind of going up a little bit. The blend of Western nightlife has changed a little bit. But now the city is a little bit unrecognizable to people. At the heart of the concern is the city's increasing focus on Indian tourism and, I guess you could say, expats, particularly low-cost group packages and low-cost tourists that are coming here, which expats claim is shifting the local culture, aesthetics, and even the hospitality industry in itself. So I looked at this article, and I got a few of the comments that they had, but I just got to tell you that where's it at here? What did I say? Okay. There was an Indian a couple of days ago. Now, I know this could happen to anybody, okay? However, the extent that this guy was drunk was beyond the norm. I mean, I've gotten drunk before. I'll admit it. I've gotten drunk listen, I got drunk before. I fell asleep in the back of a pickup truck. Next day, I wake up. My friend is cleaning the pickup truck. I'm like, hey, what happened? But I was, in my early 20s then. So, that's something. Now, I've gotten drunk before where I staggered home, fell into bed, fell asleep. Boom, I didn't remember where I was the night before or anything like that. Okay, that's happened. This guy ended up on top of a taxi, sleeping. The lady who had the taxi, she got scared. She called police. They came out. The guy was just laying there on top of the taxi. He didn't want to get down. He was incoherent. The guy didn't want to get down. Now, the police finally coerced him to come down from the top of the taxi. Of course, now this is a rather somewhat overweight. It was a somewhat overweight Indian gentleman. And he finally said, I'm going to come down. The taxi was stopped in the middle of the road. He came down from the taxi. They gave him a little bit of water. Oh, here you go, buddy. Wake up. Come on, sober up a little bit. You got to get home. And he promptly vomited all over the place. Now, I understand that maybe that doesn't give the police or the Thais the right to deport this guy. All right, you got too drunk. All right, that kind of stuff happens. However, how often does it happen that you go to sleep on top of a taxi? Tell me that. I just don't get that. I don't understand how you fall asleep on top of a taxi. That's the kind of stuff that's an extreme. This is not exactly your greatest tourist. And I could say, well, it could happen to any dumbass. But really think about it. How often has it happened? Maybe we all have our stories. Well, I fell asleep behind the bar. Or, listen, I fell asleep once in a bar on my birthday. And these 2 girls took me out to get me drunk. And they got me drunk. And the next thing I know, I woke up and I was asleep in the booth. And they had drawn little mustaches. No, he didn't get deported. So far, he hasn't got deported. They took him to the hospital, and I guess he was there for a little while. And they haven't said what happened to him, of course, because they don't want to damage the reputation of Pattaya's image as a popular tourist destination. Anyway, these girls ended up, they got me drunk. They drew a little mustache on drew a little mustache on me, did all kinds of things to me. And finally I sobered up. But that was fun. That was a fun night. Anyway, all right, so the point is that right now that there's a lot more Indians and Chinese in Pattaya. So somebody said, why not just rename it Little India and get it over with? Because that's what it's turning into. Another person said, the quality of tourists has dropped, opposite of what the Thai government supposedly wants. The tourist spends less, demands more, and consistently contributes to the overcrowding. That's true. This one says, the soul of Pattaya is being debated more fiercely than ever, and not everyone feels heard in the process. All right, now, talking about other tourists, not in Pattaya, but a Chinese tourist was caught groping an intern at the Chiang Mai Zoo. It wasn't a monkey, it was an intern. Now, all I can say about this, I wouldn't walk up to a woman who I didn't know and grab her ass. Now, maybe if I had been with her all night, we had gotten drunk or something like that, she's sitting on my lap, I'd probably have my finger, who knows where I'd have my finger, but I'd probably be grabbing her ass. I don't know. But I wouldn't just walk up to somebody I don't know and just start grabbing their ass. Now, he did that. They checked on the CCTV, and they found out that he grabbed her ass. Then he walked away nonchalantly. Hey, nice ass, honey. And he just walked away. So they did, bring the guy in, and who knows what's going to happen to him. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But maybe the Chinese tourist social scores need to be checked before they come into Thailand. Maybe Thai immigration needs to get access to them and start checking them, because if their social score is really low, then they shouldn't let them in. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. What's the answer to this? All these bad tourists, whether they're Chinese, Israeli, American, it doesn't matter. How are you going to stop them from coming in? Now, another problem, and this may affect some people coming here, some of you, and that is that tourist and DTV, this visa holders, including, of course, Russians and Chinese and Indians, they are no longer allowed to open Thai bank accounts. This is coming from a Bangkok bank. And obviously, it's kind of important. I always go, what does a tourist need a bank account in the country for? Maybe on some occasion you need to transfer money to that bank or to a bank, but you don't have to have a bank account to transfer money to a bank. You really don't. Now, this was confirmed not only by Pattaya, the Pattaya News, Pattaya Mail, but also the Russian news agency TASS. And so now you're coming into the country, you're not allowed to open a bank account. And the only thing they could do to me, seeing that I got I don't know how many do I got now? 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 or 8. I have 7 or 8 bank accounts. Now, most of them don't have much money in them, and I don't keep much money in them. Good morning, good morning. However, there's a reason why I have them, and I've kept them. And I keep money in them. Because I don't have to open up anymore. Now, if they were to come to me and say, from now on, you're going to need to provide this, this, and this. Here's our requirements. And if you can't provide them, we're going to close your account. Well, maybe that would be a problem. But generally, they only do that with tourists. They're not doing it with people like me, people who have a long-term visa here. They're not doing it. So It's not really clear if the ban's going to remain permanent, if it's just temporary, what the deal is. In Cambodia, foreign applicants are advised to apply specifically at the National Bank of Cambodia, whereas in Laos, a letter from a local police or army official may help with the paperwork. A heterosexual marriage license is a positive feature too. Now, what I will say is that I went to open a bank account with my kid. And I said, yeah, I got a number of banks. I said, I've got, I think I had 2 accounts there. And I said, I want to open a bank for my son and put it in his name, and we can have it in my name. This is a couple years ago. And they said, oh, no, cannot. I said, listen, my son is Thai. He's Thai Farang, but, you can consider him Thai. Yeah, we can't do that. You want to have your name on there. And I said, well, wait a minute. I have a long-term visa. I'm not a tourist. They were like, well, yeah, maybe I have to check with my boss. And then I said, I also am married to a Thai, and I have my paperwork. I have my marriage license. I have all my paperwork. And they said, oh, you married to Thai? I said, yes. Okay, no problem. And that was it. So, there you go. All right, what are we saying here? Let me see here. Give them a fine and move on. They should just set up a tourist bank. Then they could monitor them easier because they think tourists are always doing something bad, which most aren't, and wouldn't even try to get a bank account. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Most tourists don't try to get bank accounts. Now, what they're really after is catching people who are scammers, who are using the bank accounts to get the money in and out. And most people are not scammers. Let's just face it. Face facts. Buddha baby. Oh, good morning to you also. Heavy metal, good morning, Mr. Scoot. Mr. Scott, not Mr. Scoot. My name is not Scoot. No offense. Let's see. Mega World Asia. Another FIDOP on Sunday morning. So, how often does that happen? It probably happens once a year in my house. And it's for most of the time, I would say it's only like 10 minutes. Sometimes in the past, it's been longer. It's been 3-4 hours. They're working on the electricity right now in my village, but they have not, but the electricity has not been out. And it usually is not out, fortunately. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, because FIDOP is the electricity's out. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything. Not in Thailand. I mean, it just doesn't happen enough. It really just doesn't happen enough to make it worthwhile. Now, if you were to talk about brownouts in the Philippines, that's a different story. Your electricity was out 5 times. That's funny. That's pretty funny. The electricity went out 5 times in America. It goes out like once a year in Thailand. That's about it. And usually, I mean, I remember the last time, and it was for about like 4 or 5 hours. It sucked. We were like without electricity. We're sitting there, and I'm just like, well, so what's going on? I was like, why is this happening? It really, it was like, because I didn't want to go anywhere. We didn't really want to go anywhere, so it was like, what are you gonna do? Weirdly, I've had more outages here than in Bangkok. That's what I'm saying. All right, let me continue. I'm working a little bit slow today. I already talked about that. I already talked about that. I already talked about that. Yeah, all right. So the news is pretty much done here. You know, the only thing I can say is if you need a bank, you better think about what you need it for. If you really need a bank here, there are ways to get a bank, but you're going to have to, usually you have to pay. I've never paid anything other than 100 baht, 500 baht, whatever I was putting into the bank to open the account. That's the only thing I've ever paid. But nowadays what they do is they charge you like 3,500 baht so that you can open the account. Oh, the fee is 3,500 baht, sir, and we'll give you a ATM card and 100 baht in your account, or whatever it is, 500 baht. That doesn't sound like a deal to me. When do you have to pay the bank to open your account? They need to get it together. And this is the kind of thing, and I dare say, even though it's with tourists, this is the kind of thing that irritates people. You know? Well, they need an agent, but here's the thing, you should not need an agent. And especially if you are a long-term, somebody who stays here long-term, you should not need an agent. You know? All right, so today's topic, why living in Thailand is like being on a roller coaster. We're going to break this down. The freedom, the stress, the culture clashes, the visa madness. Why is it madness? I don't understand about the visa thing. I haven't understood for 20 years what the pain in the ass was. It was a pain in the ass for me to get a media visa. I used to have a media visa for 10 years. Every year I had to go in with all my samples of my articles that I had written in all the magazines and everything. I used to have to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs with all that stuff. They'd make an appointment for me, and I met with one person. I sat down with them at like a table that I'm at right now in a room that was closed. It was just me and that person. And they would ask me many questions. And then they would look at my articles and look at my contracts. And, oh, this is nice. Oh, wow. I'd say, okay, you know, okay. And one time I pissed the guy off. I pissed the guy off. One year I pissed the guy off. They were supposed to have the visa done like on the 1st of January, we'll say. And at like the 15th of January, they still hadn't got it done. I called them up. I said, what are you guys doing? What's going on? You're supposed to have it on January 1st. I'm wondering, like, you know, am I going to get this visa? So then, like, they gave me an appointment date. I came in at like the end of the month and they go, we're going to give you 6 months. We're not going to give you a year. And I went, why is that? And then I figured it out. It was like because they didn't like me questioning them. And I was like, oh my God. And that's when I learned. When it comes to the government, you speak nice, cop. That's all you got to do. Yes, oh yes, you're the boss. You the man. That's what you got to do. Anyway, Thailand is not for everyone. It is not for the weak. As I've said many times, it's not for the entitled. I mean, Jesus Christ, get the entitled people out of here. You're out of here. Get out of here. If you're willing to hold on for a little bit of a ride, it can be one hell of a ride. And it can be quite fun. Now, let me see this here. What is this? Electricity, blah, blah, blah. Having oatmeal. What do I care about that? Who cares about your breakfast? Take out those raisins, honey, and butter, and oatmeal sucks. Living in Karat, happily married. Nice to be with a fellow American. Okay, well, thank you. Glad you're having a good breakfast. We all like to have good breakfast. We have oatmeal at my house. We have rolled oats. We have muesli. We have bread, many kinds of bread, several kinds of bread. What else do they eat? Well, they eat eggs. We got a shitload of eggs. We got like 30 eggs in the house every time just for the boys because they're constantly eating eggs. I hate Thai banks. Too much damn paperwork. Have to sign too much. whatever. All right, I'm not going to debate the merits of breakfast. It just doesn't really matter. What new entry visa issue? What are you referring to, Dowlo? I have a feeling there's a punchline to this. You mean the what is it called? The TDAC? Fire Twin are still doing great. Good to, got the embassy appointment for them on the 12th. I don't understand. It's all easy, man. Listen, don't believe the hype. Okay? It's not that difficult. I know it's not like it used to be. Oh, you can't just get a tourist visa for 15 months and come strolling in. You can't just go across the border and, hey, you know what? I want to stay another 2 months. And you just cross the border and come right back, and you know you can do that. And then after that, you go, oh, I'm going to stay another 2 months, and you can do that for 20 years. You can't do that anymore. And if that makes it too difficult for you, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm exhausted already. All right, the thrill of coming to Thailand. Of course, one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, besides women, is the low cost of living here. And I'll say, you know, I enjoy the low cost of living here, but it's not the main reason. It's one of the reasons. You know, I mean, I get a value for my money. I'll say that. I get a value for the money. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I went yesterday. I got a little bit of milk, and I'm shopping almost every day. And I got some milk, and one of the milks was on sale. I go, oh wow, it's on sale. 97 baht, down from 100. They gave me 3 baht off. It used to be 90 baht or 89 baht, and it would be on sale for 79 baht. Now they take off 3 baht. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, and the freedom of movement, the lifestyle, the whole way of thinking here, and you're not in a hurry. You don't need to do that. And you know, there's no social pressure. I don't have people wondering what I'm doing. What are you doing? Where are you going? How come you're doing it this way? I don't have people asking me all these things. You know? No, you're wrong, Fire Dude. Nothing has changed so far. However, there is a proposed bill out there that is supposed to be, it's supposed to change, it's supposed to come into effect within the next 30 days. That will allow the health minister to make it illegal for recreational weed. Okay? It's not getting it passed into law. However, they have many other things, many other ways to implement that to where it's not, doesn't have to be a law. They're waiting for that to go into effect as a law, and it's going to take up to 2 years for that to happen. It might only take 6 months, but it might take up to 2 years. But there is a chance in the next 30 to 45 days that they're going to say, you need to close down. And I hate to say it to people who really love, you know, the whole weed industry here. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. I don't know what to tell you. I'm for it. I don't want it to happen. But if it does happen, what can I tell you? Anyway, the warm weather here, the beautiful landscapes, and there are a lot of beautiful landscapes, but you know what? That only goes so far with me. I mean, it's really nice. You're in an area, you wake up in the morning, you walk out and you go, look at this lovely beach. I love this. It's fantastic. You go out and you go, oh, I love that about Thailand. But it only counts so much, because after a while you walk outside and you go, all right, I'm outside again. Yeah, you do kind of feel like you escaped the Matrix. You're away from the Matrix that is in the U.S. or whatever. I don't know about relationships feel easier. Maybe in the beginning they do. Oh, I met this girl and she's so wonderful. She wants to move in with me. She's so fantastic. Then you move in with her and you go, oh, all right, now I'm starting to learn what the real deal is. I didn't know she had 3 kids, you know. Takeaway number 1, Thailand gives you the illusion of ultimate freedom, and that's the hook that keeps you on the ride. That's true. All right, number 2, the climb, learning the system, getting your bearings, language, culture, geography, understanding or trying to understand the visa categories. Listen, I have a vague understanding of all the visa categories and the laws. I used to know them all by heart, but now they have so many visas. It's like, if you ever go to True Move, you know, the internet service, the home internet service, the cable company, you know, if you ever go to True Move and you're gonna get a package with them for your phone, they'll give you like 10 different options. And then you go, oh, well, what about this? Oh, I have some other options for you. Let me show you. Before you know it, you got like 25 different opportunities and different packages. And you're like, well, which one's the best? You don't even know, and they can't really tell you. They're just recommending something to you, whether, you know, it's because they're making the most money, or it gives you exactly what you want, but they didn't tell you that, well, you know, if you make a phone call to anybody, it's going to charge you, we're going to charge you 20 baht a call or something like that, you know. Making your first Thai friends and getting used to the pace of life. I don't know if I still have my first Thai friends. I could, if I wanted to, go out with the first guy that I met here, the first Thai guy. I could make a phone call, get in touch with him, contact him, and then go out with him again. I just haven't done that. So maybe when my other friend, who will introduce me to him, decides to come back here, then I'll meet him again. But that's the first guy. How do you deal with dual pricing here? What is the indirect communication, which my wife has taught me very capably? Are you mad at me? I'm fine. That means, yes, I'm pissed off at you. All the bureaucracy. And this is the real integration into the system versus the honeymoon phase, where you come here, damn it. You come here and everything is beautiful, everything is grand. Oh, it's so much better here. That's what you're saying about everything. All right. Number 3, the drop when reality hits. What is this here? Let me see this. Poverty needs money, loneliness needs love. Those two can be a good union. Well, I see, this is how I look at it. Yeah, poverty needs money. Okay, I understand that. It does. But do you need poverty? If you have money, do you need poverty? I mean, really. If you're in that situation where, you know, like you just happen to be on a little road trip out in Isan, and you see this girl and you go, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Okay, I understand. You hook up, it's love at first sight, whatever. For me, I told myself, I want to make sure the girl is at least as educated as I am. She's got to have a decent brain. And I was with a girl who, she was a nice girl, but I couldn't talk to her about anything. She just didn't. She'd be like, huh? And I just didn't like that. So, you know, when I met somebody who was fairly educated, then that way things started to work. She was educated. She was not rich when I met her. She was not really that well off when I met her. She had enough money to get by. She was surviving. But she wasn't really in poverty, I would say. You know, I mean, you meet girls and they come from a decent family, they got money. They're getting 1,000 baht a day from their mother or something like that because they got to take care of themselves. So it's not always true. You don't always have to hook up with somebody here who doesn't have money. Okay? Loneliness needs love. Well, if you're not lonely, I don't know why you're going to have love. Only big changes will be for certs and the big farmers and retailers. Well, I think that the only real changes will be for the smaller weed shops. They're not going to be able to function. They're going to need to have somebody, maybe they can figure it out where they pool together with other groups and say, okay, on Friday of every month, you're going to have to come to this location and we're going to bang out certificates for the people who need them. And they pay one doctor and it's, 5 different places, 10 different places, whatever it is. What happens to the 5,000 weed shops that have opened? Well, it's 7,000 and probably 6,000 of them will close. Yes, you need poverty so you can have money. Okay, personality matters, but again, what does poverty have to do with personality? You've never met a fairly well-off Thai girl who has money and has a great personality? Because I've met a ton of them. All you have to do if you really want a girl, go to the gym. You find one that's in fairly good shape and she's got a little bit of money because she's paying for the gym. And I don't know, but I met a ton of them and most of them, they spoke decent English. So if you don't speak any Thai, there you go, there's your in. All right, let me go on here. Getting sidetracked. Let's see here, the drop. Visa changes, unpredictable rule shifts, 90-day reporting. I never have understood about 90-day reporting. It's so simple. Mail it. Use the website. If you have to, do you ever go there? Or you can use an agent to do it for you. It's very simple. Your savings go further until they don't. Well, that's true. Western friends start leaving, you're still here alone. Well, listen, I'll tell you something because I know a little bit about this. As you get older, what happens is people start dying. And then some guy who was your good friend, he's not around anymore. He's not around, and what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. So, if you're going to be alone, well then, get used to it. And you know what? You don't always have to be alone. You can meet people, vet them out, see what kind of person they are, and you can have an associate. You can be their associate. You can get to know them. I don't think I've only gone out with Tom probably 2 or 3 times away from the mall. One time I went to Pata, and I don't even remember the other time. Maybe another coffee shop we went to. I just meet him here. We just talk, do whatever, And I went to another place over by his house. It was a restaurant. And I think I'm supposed to go next week to a restaurant with him. But, the point is I'm not going out with people all the time and going everywhere with them. I go with my wife and my kids, and that's fine with me. My point is that if you are starting to run low on friends, then maybe you need to make a couple, 1 or 2 friends or, associates. Dealing with hospital, insurance, and health scares. Now that scares me. I hate hospitals. And I don't particularly like dealing with them. Every time I go in there, I just want to go in and get taken care of, whatever it may be. And then I got to deal with their bullshit. Oh, sir, you know, this is going to cost 3,800 more. No, 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 no. When I came in here, you told me at worst case scenario was 50,000 baht. Now it's 58,000. How did it go up 8,000 baht? You give me one price, that's what it is. You know? Not understanding what people say about you or to you. Well, I don't usually have that problem. Learn how to speak Thai. I told you guys a long time ago. Here's the thing. If you're not going to live here, learn the basics. You know, Sawadee Kap, Pai Nai Kap, Tamalai Kap. Very easy stuff. That's all you have to learn. A few words. But if you're going to live here, and you want to know what other people are saying about you, what they're saying to you, what you need to say to them, then learn how to speak the language. The roller coaster drops hardest when you think you are in control. Just when you think, I've got it. That's when you really don't. All right, number 4, the loop, culture clash and daily frustrations. Getting ghosted by government offices or agencies. That does happen sometimes. Then you learn that the smile means yes, no, maybe, or go away. Sometimes they'll say yes to you just to get rid of you. You know, you have to understand that. A smile is not always a smile. Sometimes the smile means, that's what it means. Sometimes it means, I'm shy that I don't speak English. Living with neighbors who burn trash, blast the karaoke at 2 a.m. You need to figure out how to deal with that stuff. And fortunately, I don't have to deal with it. And if I do, I let my wife handle it. And generally, things get worked out in a reasonable manner. Minor misunderstandings that blow up. And I can tell you that the minor misunderstandings that blow up, to me, the biggest problem is that people don't speak the same language. They don't speak the same language, and thus they get into miscommunications, they have problems, and the next thing you know, those little problems build up and they get bigger. You know? That's what happens. They got to be in even better shape. Well, get in better shape then. Still 60 days on entry. Yes, they're still talking about changing it. And right now, that's all they're doing. Think the complaint is having to do the 90-day report at all. It's not that it's hard. I understand that. But the bottom line is they say it's mandatory. As long as it's mandatory, and I understand you can debate it all you want, that they really shouldn't have it. They have all kinds of ways to find people, and I just don't understand with all the things that they have with this new TDAC. It was TM6 before. With when you come in, you're supposed to provide your address. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, oh, we got to have the 90-day report, and then you got to have the TM30. It's just complete, it's overkill. What is this? No, it's not. Living in Bangkok is easy peasy. It's easy for me. I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any problems here. I don't have any problems with the government or with ties or anything like that. Miscommunication is a real issue. Still struggling after 15 years. And that's because you don't speak the language. Tamarai, what's happening, Jim? She's a woman, you're a man. The miscommunication will never end. And she's got you by the short and curlies, Dowlo. That's where she's got you. All right, let me go on here. God. No, of course you cannot forget the ever-present feeling of being a tolerated outsider. You know, I just know that I'm tolerated. And that's enough. I know that the chance of me ever becoming a citizen here, becoming a permanent resident here, is very, very slim. That irritates me. I am an outsider. However, do I really want to be Thai? No, I don't. Now, the takeaway is if you can't accept Thai logic, you're going to go insane. You're going to go crazy. You're going to be like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? You just go, Mipe and Rye, whatever. No problem, man. No problem. And then you get over it and you get through it. That's disgusting. Okay. Chilling with Sui. I taught her to understand English, not Thai, so she ignores took listen to me. I don't know who Sui is. I'm going to assume she's your dog. I had all my short and curly straightened, unfortunately poked the wife in the eye. Lovely. Hey, guys, by the way, I got 15 thumbs up. That's it. And 40 people in the chat. And I'll tell you something. It's been 3 days since I had a super chat, which generally is not that big of a deal, but it's a little irritating, especially doing very few streams now. Oh, she's got a, what is it called? I haven't had one of those in a long time. What the hell is it called? It's, you get the espresso con panna. You get the little gel, the little, the panna, and then you put espresso on top of it. Yeah, thumbs down count, thumbs up count, whatever. Oh, thank you very much for breaking the drought, Dowlo. I appreciate it. Scotty makes that big money, you know. People, they don't like it when you make a couple $100,000 every 10 years. Because I'm not making a couple $100,000 off this channel. It's just nice to be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think, man. I must be going through dementia. To be appreciated. It's nice to be appreciated. Thank you, Dowlo. Appreciate that. Please give Dowlo a couple thumbs up. Whatever, that would be nice. And also to be validated. Appreciated, validated, whatever. That's nice. It's great you guys watch. I appreciate that. But it would be nice to get some super chats, some, what do you call them? I said super chats. No. Cash apps. Yeah, I love those cash apps. Patreon, we might as well forget about Patreon. Patreon used to be the way to go. And now not so much. And I think that's because Patreon takes quite a bit of money. They take quite a bit of money from people. I do still have books available. They're still selling after all these years. It's great. I still make a little money every month off of those bad boys, and it's really nice. I'd like to thank the people here for their support. Carnivore Chronicles, Carlos, Billy Ray, Jim Y, TkyoSam, Mitch, Dowlo, another Carlos, Steven, John F, Andy Travels, Alan, Suwon, Tim, Mindy, Lee, Narve, David, Robert, Firedude, Florin, NCS Play, Gills, oh, thanks. I'm going to need a hair plant, Billy Ray. Does it look like... you know, I don't think any amount of money is going to restore my hair. And I don't care, to be honest. Dale, Charles, Beeson, Tom, Chris, Botman, Victor, Bruce, Chucky, Tony 7682, Henry, Dimitri, Dale... Daily G, Raymond, and Eric. So thank you to all those people for helping my channel. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, so let me finish this. Try to finish up what I'm doing here. You guys keep taking me away from this. The view at the top, when it all works, it's all working for me. It does pretty much work for me. Although some days I wake up and I'm happy, some days I'm miserable. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you very much. Raymond is a monthly contributor. Thank you. There you go. Give him a thumbs up. I'm thinking of growing a comb over. Ugh, no. Just don't do it. Just shave your head. You're better off. You don't have to deal with the hair. I just don't understand people like that. Listen, I got the head right here. I shave it like, I either shave it every day or every couple of days. I just want it all off, man. All right, so let me continue before I forget what I'm talking about. The view at the top. I'll give you guys a little view right here. Lots of people coming in on a Sunday. And actually, I got to tell you, yesterday we went looking for Nicholas for his new computer, new laptop. So we were here yesterday at 8:30 at night after we had dinner. We're looking for his computer. We find the perfect computer. I'm like, it's got to be at least an i7. Can't be an i5, can't be an i3. I don't want the, the Ryzen. I said, it's got to be that. He needs 1 gigabyte, he needs 32, he needs this, he needs that. We find it. We get it. Oh, yes. The guy's like, how do you want to pay? My wife goes, well, I'll pay, however, no problem. I just want, she likes to do the thing where she doesn't have to pay for like 10 months. And then she just, basically, she pays it off a little bit of a time and she doesn't even have to pay it off. But the guy goes, I'm really sorry, but we don't have this one in stock. I said, come on. So then he goes, 1 minute. So he comes back and he goes, I have this one, but it's the i5. And I go, well, we don't want the i5. I go, it's got to be, Intel 7. That's not even the newest one. I go, what are you talking about? No, okay, 1 minute. He comes back. I have a place we can sell. We're authorized to sell it through there. It's right upstairs. We go upstairs. He goes, oh, no, we have the i5. I go, I don't want the i5. We're not buying it. Well, yeah, but it's cheaper. I said, I don't care. I'll pay the extra 3,000 baht for the i5, i7. And so finally they tell us, okay, you're going to have to come back tomorrow because it needs to come from Fortune Town. The computer needs to come from Fortune Town. We have them in stock, but you need to send them from Fortune Town. Okay, so my wife is like, I don't know, maybe he's trying to rip us off. Then she starts having her doubts. She's wondering what's going on. So today, I don't know, sometime she may come over here to try to get the computer, or maybe she'll just go, and she'll just look another time. I have no idea. Because we both were in it. I was helping her. We figured it out. I said, this is the one I want to get. Okay. But now we got to wait. And she's like, well, I don't want to wait. And I said, well, you're just going to have to wait until tomorrow morning. That's a long time. Anyway, all right, let me continue here. What is this? No comb over. I've been trying to send a super chat, but I keep getting an error has occurred. I need to do some research on it. I think if you're in Thailand, you have to use a VPN. I'll part it down the middle because I have a hairy arse. Jim, that's my excuse. Jim, send it to my account and I'll pass it on for you. Okay. How come Raymond got 4 and I only got 3? I don't know. Have a chat with somebody. Somebody needs to click thumbs up for you. I don't know. Honestly, Jim, I don't really know why. I mean, yeah, I know you've given some before, so I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know what kind of Maybe you got to hit refresh. I don't know. I only know what they tell me. That's it, you know. All right, let me look at this here. All right, anyway, the view from the top, when it all works, which is kind of like for me. However, I'm getting to the next level, but this means like when you go somewhere, you have the perfect day. You go to the beach, there's no traffic, there's no people, because you know where to go. You eat for $1.50, and it's awesome. That happens to me all the time. There is no Western stress. I haven't had Western stress in 30 years. When you speak Thai, you get real respect. I do. Helping others who just arrived, being the old-timer. Thailand rewards patience and resilience. The ride has moments of real beauty. I guess you could say that, but I would just say the ride can be beautiful sometimes. It can be quite nice. That's about it, though. Let's not get carried away here. Okay, number 6, getting thrown off track, health, aging, and loneliness. Now I'm getting to this level. Getting sick and navigating hospitals. This says solo, but I got my wife. Realizing your safety net is far away. Well, I got a bit of a safety net. Aging without a strong community or family. I don't do that. Now, what I will say is, you know, my shoulder got messed up, and I thought about going in, but I thought, well, I don't have outpatient coverage, so God damn it, that means I have to pay for it. And it's like 300,000 baht to get it done. Well, thank you, Dowlo, for coughing up for Jim. I appreciate it. Let's give Dowlo a thumbs up for sure. 2/4 Korean. Raymond is more popular than Dowlo. Today's the last day of the month, and this is why it's important. Because what that means is it's the last day until I get paid for next month. That's always important. Let me continue here. Watching your partner or friends age faster than you expected. I do worry about that. You know, I mean, listen, Jono is 70. And I don't want to see anything happen with him. I want to see him for a long time. You know, I want him to be an 80-year-old while I'm 72. But I also think about my wife. And, you know, her mother died at 62. Look at the line here. Oh, my goodness. Lots of people. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people. Let's see. Thinking, what happens if I die here? Actually, I'm going to do a video about that. I am going to do a video about what happens when an American dies in Thailand. I'm going to go over that. That'll be coming up pretty soon. But that is something I want to do. Okay, takeaway. If you haven't planned for aging abroad, you're playing with fire. Yes, definitely. Yeah, well, I don't really know what to say. I'm just going to say, to each his own. If you like it, good for you. I'm not really fond of the shoes, or, you know. Okay. The decision, do you stay, or do you shit, or do you get off the pot? Why some people stay 20 plus years? That's me. Because it gets hard to go back. After a while I go, okay, so if I'm going to go back, man, it's going to cost me $30,000, $40,000 just to start up again. Well, they do stand out, yes. And I don't want to have to do that. But then I don't want to have to do that to go to Portugal or Ecuador or anything like that. So I have to think about how to do it smartly and how to enjoy the whole experience. And that takes money. Why do some people bail out after 2 years? Well, because they don't like the place, or they can't hack it, whatever. They're burnt out, they're disillusioned, maybe they get divorced, who knows. The urge to run and the reasons that I don't, or many others don't. Well, that is because it is a little difficult to leave. Sorry I didn't give you guys the whole full view, but the pink shoes is enough for you, and good for you. Can you leave? Yes. Would you leave? No. Should you leave? No. I don't want to leave. And I have a couple of really good reasons to stay. And an even better plan if I want to leave. I do have a plan B, and it doesn't involve the United States. And I have several good reasons to stay here besides my family. So, this is the thing. Living in Thailand is not really a dream. It's sort of a test. The highs are incredible, but the system doesn't always make it easy. It challenges your assumptions, strips away any entitlements you might feel you have, and it forces you to rebuild the world that you live in, and see, really to rebuild what you see. And sometimes you'll be frustrated. And let me tell you something, sometimes I am frustrated. I can get frustrated. I wake up in the morning sometimes and I go, what do I want to do today? And I have things to do, and I just go, I don't want to do them. And they go, I'm just going to hang out with the kids. Or today's a Sunday. I know my wife is at home right now. Now, she's told me, today is laundry day and cleaning day. So I'm like, okay, so that doesn't mean there's much time. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. But, it's good. I go home, there's people there. Sometimes I like to go home and there's nobody there, and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Somebody just beat something over my head. Anyway, you could be blown away by being here, or you could be the kind of guy who just wants to leave. And sometimes you'll be the guy who wonders, why didn't I leave? I should have left. If you can hold on through the chaos, you adjust your expectations, and you live with intention, then you can get some of the... Thailand will give you some of the things most places won't. A lot more freedom to live your life on your own terms, and the roller coaster will never really end. It is a roller coaster, let me tell you. But you can't really learn how to ride on it without sometimes flying off the rails. You gotta just understand, man, it's like life's a journey. It's like you're going to get on the roller coaster, you're going to experience, then you're going to experience going down, and you're like, whoa, you're going to experience it all. And you just have to deal with it. Deal with it. All right, let me look at these messages here. Be nice to see those pink shoes again. Why? Because they live there. Why would they go back? I don't know, ask her. I don't know where she went, but I'm sure I can find those pink shoes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 people here in line. Thanks, Dowlo. Last time we had 4 snakes and a water monitor in the house. I wonder how many we didn't see. You had a water monitor you had them in your house? That's not okay. If there are more earthquakes, that will definitely change people's outlook, especially because Bangkok soil makes the shaking 4 times worse. Yeah, well, I'll deal with it. And, we still have our place in the south, and I'm still looking for another place by the beach, and I'm still thinking of moving abroad at some point, somewhere, It was scary. I'll never forget that feeling. What was scary? The 4 snakes and the monitor lizard, or the earthquake? The earthquake wasn't all that scary to me. I kind of lollygagged and walked out. Oh my God, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now there's 10, 11, 12. 12 people here in line. Unbelievable. Sunday morning, baby. Can you believe this? Oh, 2 more, 13 people. Unbelievable. Well, this guy just walked away, 12 people. 12 people in line. The earthquake, I thought, was having a stroke. Thank God it was an earthquake. I don't know. It wasn't that scary to me. I know it was scary to my wife because she was on the whatever floor, the 26th floor or something, and she was scared. But for me, I wasn't scared. I was sitting here in the mall, getting ready to walk outside, and I just kind of slowly walked outside. I looked up and I thought, I probably shouldn't be standing here in case the mall comes down. And then I thought, you know what, I got to cross over, and I don't feel like walking across the street right here. So I walked back inside, walked upstairs, and walked over the overpass. You know, I thought, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. I don't think it's going to happen, so I'll take my chances. Anyway. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The mall is a good spot to look for women. You need a plan and some Thai speaking knowledge. Well, I got plenty of Thai speaking knowledge. I don't have a problem, but I'm married and I don't want another woman. I don't want another problem. You know, really. 1 woman, 1 problem. 2 women, 2 problems. 3 women, 3 problems. The more you got, the more of a hassle it is. And to be honest, you're in the mall. It's not very difficult. It's pretty easy. And I'm not talking about your one hit time. You come here, okay, I'm going to find myself a couple of girls and get their numbers. All right, if you're a really good-looking, studly guy, yeah, maybe you can pull that off and get a number or 2. But the woman's probably isn't going to be that smart. Now, Jesus Christ, man. Let me show you something. All right, we got all this all the way out there. But the best way to do it is you just keep coming back. That's what you do. You keep coming back. You go to the same places. You see a girl there, she's really cute, you go there, hey, how you doing? You ignore her. You come back the next day, hey, how are you, honey? You come back in another week, oh, hi, how are you? Before you know it, you get to know them a little bit. Listen, all the girls in the grocery store, almost all of them, they know me by sight. They don't all talk to me, but some of them talk to me. Some of the cashiers are like, oh, you know, they talk to me all the time. Now I get orange juice from this one girl. She's been there for years. Now, I'm not trying to do anything, but, you know, it's like, how long you been working here, honey? Oh, how long you been in Thailand? Next thing you know, you got a conversation going. If you want to get something going, it's not that difficult. Those of us who've lived on the West Coast just shrug off anything less than a 5.0. I mean, listen, I was in the Northridge earthquake. The shaking is worse in Bangkok. Yeah, that is true. Holy crap, I never wait in a line that long. I mean, it's even longer now. There's 2 more people that came to the end of the line. Unbelievable. I don't know what the deal is. Why there's so many people today. I don't know. That's my recommendation. You know, you want to hit on some chick, you know she's got a job. I mean, that's good. She should have a job. I mean, you know, you want a girl, get her with a job. She didn't have a job. Why doesn't she have a job? Oh, I'm in school. Okay, you better check she's really in school. If she is in school, okay, fine. You know, maybe she's 20 years old. Who knows? Depends on you. Depends on a lot of things. But I'm telling you, if you want to go in the mall, you go to the mall. You find some place, you know, I don't care if it's Dairy Queen or wherever it is. Hi, what's your name? How you doing, honey? You know, well, good luck with that. I don't know why. What does it matter? She ain't making shit. She works for the government. The chances are she's not making much. And, you know, yeah, she'll get a little bigger pension, but it ain't that much. It's not enough for you to live off of. I can tell you that right now. If it is, she better be way up in the government, and then you don't want to mess with her, because it's like dealing with a girl in immigration. And let me tell you something. I got called by immigration a long time ago, many years ago. I don't know how many years ago, maybe 10. I got called by immigration. And they wanted me to release a video where I told people you can't overstay. I said, okay, I'll do it. But I was worried about going to visit them, but I go visit them. And, you know, okay, no problem. Man, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people. Crazy. This line is huge. It shows character. I think there's a lot of jobs that show character, and a government job doesn't necessarily show character. It might show somebody who sits on their ass all the time. I don't think there's a special today. Look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, they're all coming to see me. I don't think so. Is there a did they not tell me about a special today? No, I know about all of them. Crazy, man. No, Starbucks is not closed, I can tell you that. Right? You have all these people, and it goes all the way to back here. A long line. These people gotta wait. I mean, honestly, you want a girl from a government who works for the government because it shows character? Listen, my wife has a friend that she's known all her life. The girl's had numerous boyfriends. She's a nice girl, but I wouldn't say she has great character. Not at all. Nor does she have a great head on her shoulders. You know. I mean, I don't know. I think you need to like look at the particular person and the particular job to find it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll find out if they can get through the whole line. They got 1, 2, 3. They have 4 people working here today, which is 1 or 2 more than normal. So I don't know what it is. I think it's just Sunday, and there's a lot of people that come in and they want to get coffee on Sunday. Like, ooh, this is my day to go out and have a good time. That's what they want to do. So anyway. Remember to smash the like button. For all you people who never smash the like button, I can't believe it. 21, what do I have here? me see here. Yeah, 21 thumbs up. That's it. Unbelievable. Sunday is probably a day I don't go as much because there's usually UFC fights, and I'm watching the fights, and I don't want to come here and watch the fights. But I have come here in the past before. I used to stream here every Sunday. There's no special here, man. Maybe they got a 2-for-1 deal or something like that, but usually that's on Wednesdays. Now on Wednesdays, a lot of people come. Yeah, we got 21 thumbs up. That's it. I had 50 people in here, and I got 21 thumbs up. I'm very disappointed. Oh, my. Anyway, it is what it is. What are you going to do? They never have another cashier, let me tell you that. One cashier is the most they ever have here. They only have one cash register, that's it. They don't have two. I'm going to find out. Now, hopefully I'll remember the next stream, but I'm going to find out because I'll be here until the line is cleared. And I'll ask them, hey, what's going on today? What's happening? You know? Anyway, I'm winning with 6. Wow, you're a master. You are the master hater. What else was I going to say? Yeah, for any of you, I know you're not hitting the thumbs up, but it'd be good if you hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're getting close to the. We're getting close to 18,000. Starting to get up there. My goal is 20,000, because what I've heard is if you hit 20,000 subscribers, then it becomes a lot more easier to get to 50,000. Anyway, whatever. Listen, if you want to show the support for the channel, I got one more thumbs up. Oh, thank you. You can join the VIP section of the channel. You hit the join button, and for as little as $1.99, you can do that. And again, like I said, if you got a message you want to send me, and maybe you'll make me laugh. I don't know. It could be humorous. It could be a Dear Scott letter. Although, I got a letter the other day, and I just went, I can't even laugh about it. It's not even funny what the guy did. It was not even like, oh, you have to think. The guy just had to use his brain. That's all he had to do. And I just went, I can't help this guy. The guy doesn't have a brain. Or if you need a consultation, the email address is anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. So there you go. Still long line, man. Unbelievable. I don't know. They have something over there. Noongale. Maybe Noongale, you get another one. You buy one and you get another one free, but that's on Wednesday. That's why I like streaming on Wednesday. Sometime I come here and like Tom's here, I go, hey, you buy the coffee, get the free one, give it to me. Or I buy the coffee, I get the free one, I give it to you. We do that all the time. So, anyway, there you go. It's a roller coaster, baby. It's a roller coaster. Oh, let me see if I can hit Dowlo again. He's just going to cry. I don't want him to cry. Who is this? Dowlo. There you go. 2 quarters. There you go. There's another one. Oh, Raymond. There's another one. Dowlo again. There you go. All right. That's it. I think that's all. He does live in the neighborhood. Supposedly his wife wants to move, so he may be moving, and he's so excited. I'm like, listen, get excited once you get the place and it's in your hands, in your possession. He's talking about redoing this and redesigning this, and I'm like, dude, you're doing my head in. He does my head in sometimes, really. It's too much. He wants to design everything. He hasn't even got the house in it. It's not even his house. I'd like to do this, and I think I'll do that, and I'm gonna do. I just go, ugh. You'll. If you get the house, then you can do all these things. Okay, good for you. He gets excited about things. I'm gonna go to this place, and there's like a rocket festival. Oh, is it the usual one in what the hell's the name of that place? No, it's not the usual one. It's another one, and there's just like it's like for a school or whatever, and I'm gonna go with my friend, and I'm like, okay, have a good time. Yeah, it's not that one. It's not in Yasuto. It was some other one. I gotta have a project. I'm sorry, I always have to have a project. I'm like, I like not having a project and then thinking of one, and that's what I do. I have several projects for this year and next year. Now, if half of them come to fruition, I'm going to be going, yes, that's great. Did the kids see any of those pork rinds? Yeah, they did. They ate them all up, little bastards. Oh, man. More and more. You see, now there are more and more and more and more people in line. Unbelievable. I showed you the guy and the girl, the two guys and the girl, and now there's 2, 4, 6, at least 7 people behind them. It's crazy. They don't, and what's funny is they make the people go up and get their own drinks, whereas I just sit here and they bring them to me, which is great, you know. But it's usually because I'm probably the first person. I'm probably the first person or second person here. Although today I was like the 4th person here. I had to put my stuff down at the table to make sure, you know, I got this table. I went to Yaston for the Bang Fi a couple years. I enjoyed it. It was only one. If it was only the Rockets, it would have been boring, but there are many concurrent events. I've been there a long time ago, and I like going to the festivals, but, you know, I got to have something else. You know, I got to have something else to do. I mean, where did I go with my wife? We were in Suratani, and they had this festival going on, and then it started pouring rain, and then there was food on the boardwalk, and I was like, well, it's pouring rain, I got to go walk out in the rain to go eat, and, you know, I mean, it was fun, you know, but I don't know. I don't get quite so excited so easily about cultural things here. You know, if I was in, I don't know, if I was in like Spain and they had some cultural things going on, I might be really excited about it. I might be like, all right, man, I want to go to this. But now here, I just don't get that excited. You know, it's just not been there, done that for a lot of things. My God, man. Yeah, okay, you can do the running of the bulls. I can barely run anymore. All I need is a bull to gore me through the cock. Gore me through one of my nut sacks. That would be good. That would be good. I'm going to ask somebody, what is going on here? Oh, they have these specials with if you pay with a certain card? I don't know. He's looking at it now. Let me see. Oh, it's through UOB. But I don't think that's it. They're all frantically working away. Ugh. You know, Dairy Queen can be very good, but you know what? If you haven't eaten it in a while and then you eat it, I just don't like it. If I'm going to do anything, I get the high quality ice cream or I go to Swenson's. And I haven't been there. It's been so long. All right, now there's only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 people. 15 people in line. I think I'll just walk up and butt in front of them. But hang on a second. Young gal, look, die, neat. Well, they have a thing here. It's UOB. You pay with your UOB card. I think it's just debit card. And then you get, I don't know, you get that for free, or I'm not sure if it's free. I still haven't figured it out. I'm sorry. You've been to Yasaton? I thought you were like Jono. You hadn't gone anywhere. I think Jono's gone to Hua Hin, and that's about it. I think maybe he went to Udon Thani also. I don't know. I don't know. The guys up there now, I can ask them. They're all trying to figure it out. Jesus Christ. And more people just keep coming. Yeah, he's got his UOB card. So it has to be something to do with that. Hang on. Oh, he's walking away. They're all like extremely busy. Dowlo, Elon watches his land off the west coast of Australia. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think this is the big promotion today. Let me see here. If this girl uses her card or not. Yeah, I think she's using the card too. I should find out what this is. I have a UOB account, but I don't have any. Yeah, she's got the UOB also, but I don't have any UOB debit card or credit card. I just have a UOB account. I've had it since it was Bank of Asia. It used to be Bank of Asia. Now this guy's over here. This guy walks up. Funny looking guy walks up. He's looking at all the food, all the stuff. Trying to figure out what to get. He doesn't realize he has to go to the back of the line. Wow. Let me see something here. May 31. Oh, here we go. Well, let me see here. Promotion with UOB partner. Okay, it's for a free drink. Today's the last day. So you use the UOB card and you get a hot or iced Americano, hot or iced cafe latte. This guy just goes in and goes, oh, give me this, give me that. He's like, oh, wait a minute, don't you have to go in the line? Everybody's looking at him like, hey, dude, get in the back of the line. Iced lemon fizzy tea. So there you go. That's it. That's the promotion. Now you know. So everybody with a UOB card gets a free drink. And today is the last day. There you go. All right. Now we figured out the mystery. Well, I can tell all of you are extremely interested. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got a couple things to do. Laptop, and what else? We have all the groceries we need. We don't need any groceries. We got water, milk, butter, bread. We got everything. We are jam-packed full. United Overseas Bank. But it used to be Bank of Asia. And then they changed it from Bank of Asia. They gave me a new bank book, a new everything, and it was UOB. It's quite a, it's a good bank. It's not a Thai bank. I think it's like Singaporean or something. But they have branches internationally. And I wouldn't mind getting involved with them, but I mean, you know, like how many banks do you need, man? I got too many bank accounts and not enough money. You know, really. I mean, that's the only way I know how to put it. I just keep money in a couple of the accounts to keep them active. And then, you know, there's like 2 or 3 banks, maybe 4 banks where I keep any kind of money in. But that's what it is. I don't know. Oh, I can't see it on here. So that's, yeah, that's the deal. Anyway. Thank you very much. Well, I've got a big whopping 26 thumbs up so far. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The line is incredible. Even more people now in line. So, all right. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again. What's today? Sunday? Maybe on Friday. Maybe I'll be back on Friday. I got a couple other things to do. I got a video going up tomorrow. Got a video going up on Saturday. And, well, I got 27 now. So I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di lel jekan mai. That means, you know, good luck. See you again. Dule didi. Take care very well. Take good care of yourself. Jim, you owe me $3. Oh God. All right, you guys take care. All right. Let me give you the little Y sign. There you go. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.